I tell you, for this next hour, I got my old friend Jana in here with Model My Home. And we're going to be talking about some of the things. So if you folks are out there right now and have your home listed and that sucker has gotten stagnant, we're going to give you some tips over this next hour. Remember this, at modelmyhome.com, you can go out to free, ready, set, sell list, and you're going to get a list, really a little mini ebook about what to do you yourself about staging a home properly. Welcome, Jana, to the studio.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in today. And I'll tell you, before I get started, I want to say hello to KLGO 99.3 in Austin, Texas. We're soon to be, matter of fact, we're there now, all around Georgetown, Bartlett, all the way up to Temple, down to San Marcos. I hope we empower all of our communities there with knowledge when it comes to real estate, because the bottom line is, at the end of the day, you make your money on the buy, not the sale of real estate. Now, Jana, there's so many things you do when selling a home, all right? And we talk about how real estate starts in the heart and it's in between the ears. And along with that, there's layers in there, all right? So you got to get the sweet spot of what the sales price is.
That's right.
All right. And then you come to, you got to line yourself with a great one percenter.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have that inner synergy, if you will. Sean Bone says, I think he learned it when he was out on the left coast. So you got to have that synergy in there. You get the price right. And now you got to get over the emotional hurdle of making the home look nice.
That's right. Well, it's a product. You're selling a product right now. So you have to disconnect. And you need to see this. You're living in a glass house. And so it's not necessarily about your comfort and what you like. It's about thinking of that target buyer coming in and what is going to best appeal to them. So that's the goal, is the buyer. We have to put our buyer's glasses on.
And it's really hard to do sometimes.
It is. It's very hard. Whenever we have all of our trinkets all over the home, and we're some people will take a room that the builder intended it to be, and we have transitioned it into something that fits our family. But ideally, you want to go back to that builder. What is the intention of this room? What did they design that room to be, so that it makes the most sense whenever a buyer is walking in? They immediately know this is a study, this is a formal living, this is a formal dining. And so you have to think about that buyer.
Yeah, Sean's always told me, before we were so fortunate to have you aligned with the program, Sean would tell me things about staging, and they'd go through one ear and out the other, because I just don't really believe that his black couches should all be against the wall and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I'm learning from you as we go. Now, there's some statistics out there. Having a professionally staged home. Now, listen to this, my community, and maybe this will hit the relate button. If your home is listed and it's not staged professionally, listen to some of these statistics. Over 90% of professionally staged homes get an offer within the first 45 days.
That's right, and that's an accepted offer, not just a low ball, but something that is right around your asking price. It's incredible. And when you think about here in our North Texas area, that our average days on market are around 95, when you can cut market time in half with just making a few key decisions. And really, it's not about the homeowner staging their home. You need to hire a professional stager, because they have been trained. There is a reason they do everything, the why behind the what. So it's not just their opinion versus yours. There's strategy that goes on to creating this dream home that a buyer wants.
Yeah, one of the statistics that I really like the best, Jana, and but I don't want to do that anymore. Let me just back up. All right, make sure you go out to modelmyhome.com, and you can get everything that we're talking about today. It's called a free, ready, set, sell list, and it's really a little mini ebook that you can get by going out and visiting modelmyhome.com. Now, I'll tell you, two things comes to my limited thought pattern right off the bat is the cost of having you guys come in and stage that home. Another statistic is over half of the homes that are professionally staged sell in 2 weeks.
That's right. That's right. 90% in 45 and over half in 2 weeks. That's incredible. That means that your family can get the home. Maybe you have your eye on a home, but you can't. It's a contingency. You cannot buy until you sell. So when you find something and your home is off the market and getting those offers, then you can go on and move to your next dream home. Your kids can be in the schools that they want. Your life isn't on hold. There's so many people that they're paying double mortgages or their life is on hold because they cannot sell a home. Staging is the best strategy, along with lining with one of your 1%ers, because they're going to be marketing the home. They're going to make sure it's priced right. And then you add staging to that, and that's the formula for a quick sale.
That is the formula for a quick sale. Here's the other statistic in my limited galaxy that I have. I understand that a fully professionally staged home sells at either above or asking price. We don't get no discount in here, right?
No, because when you hit the market, and it's about staging from the beginning. So many people say, well, let me just put my house on the market for the first 30 days, 45 days without doing anything. And then if we don't get any of the offers, then we'll stage. Well, as you know, you're going to get your top showings. You're going to get right at the beginning when your home hits the market. So you've got to put your best foot forward at the beginning. And when you do this, then you've got, you're seeing the maximum amount. How many buyers have people lost because they waited to stage? Do it on the front end.
Yeah, interesting stuff. And I'll tell you, there's a saying that says, don't lose sight of the forest despite the trees. Here's another one. Sean Bone will probably wake up with this one. It's hard to soar like an eagle when you're hanging with turkeys. Here's where I'm going with this. Usually costs about 1% of the sales price to professionally stage your home.
Well, it's actually 0.5% of list. So let's take
See, I didn't hit that dismount, did I?
Let's take a $200,000 home, for example. $1,000 invested in the front end, and you're ready to go. You're ready for pictures. As you know, your first showing is online. So 0.5% of list price up front is our pricing. Now, you can call other stagers in your area and always get like 3 quotes so that you know you're making a good decision, but it usually is less than 1 mortgage payment.
I will tell you something now, Jana. I'm going to go down a tangent here, okay? 1% of the agents do 99% of the business. Most people out there they don't have a 1%er.
Right.
All right? And so
they hire their relative, their friend down the street.
Yeah, 58% of all list homes don't sell, okay? So the first thing a non-1%er does is, hey, your house is not moving. Let's drop the price.
Right. And you know that comes in increments of $5,000 to $10,000.
Thank you. We're both going down the same path here.
Right.
Why wouldn't you spend $1,000 to get full price offer, or even better, as Mike Everett would say, up to 18% better when you use a certified expert advisor or a 1%er?
Yes.
Why wouldn't you surround yourself with great people in order to get the max dollars out of your property?
And then you think about the time that you're saving, which is invaluable. You can't put a price on your time and your kids getting in the right schools and all of that. So not only are you putting money in your pocket, but you're getting your family where they need to be a lot quicker.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, we're visiting with my friend Jana at Model My Home. You can reach out to them directly, and I do it myself. I gut check everybody, all right? So it's 469-441-1549. Again, 469-441-1549. You'll be glad you did. Trust me on that one. Or you can go out to modelmyhome.com and get the free report. It's called Free Ready Set Sell List. And it's really a mini ebook about how you can do things to make your home move if you're just stubborn and pig-headed and won't use a 1%er. So a lot of people, they're going to use their agent that they're going to use. But maybe we can empower you to, start staging that home yourself. Great stuff here, Jana.
Well, thank you.
How was your week?
Oh, it was great. It was a good week. We're actually moving our warehouse and training facility this week, and we're excited. We're expanding, almost double the space. right by Addison Airport on Midway. We're so excited.
Yeah, anybody can call themselves a stager, but how do you differentiate between a good one and a bad one? Real quickly, tell me about
Goodness. Well, that's the thing, that we're not a licensed industry. So you need to make sure and ask the key questions when you're calling around that they've had proper training. Where is their designation held? There's about 10 different staging companies all across the world that teaches workshops, and they give certifications. And so we're one of those companies. We're excited. We're having a seminar coming up on Cinco de Mayo, a one-day for people that are interested in staging. But you need to ask those key questions. Where did you get your designation? And then find out all of the charges, because you don't want surprise charges, from that stager. Make sure it's an all-inclusive. Ask them how many homes that they've staged this year. How many of those homes have sold? Those are the questions that are going to make a difference.
I tell you, Sean Bone is a professional stager, and he got his designation from his troop leader in the Boy Scouts.
Oh, goodness. Yes.
Yeah, I knew that'd wake you up over there.
The velvet painting, again, it's not Elvis. It's a self-portrait. And I put a lot of effort into it. So
you ought to see this guy's house. You go in there, and he's got a shrine to himself.
It's right above the fireplace, I'm sure.
The two Pink Floyd albums, master-framed albums on each side of the TV. You got to love it.
Goodness gracious. We're having a ball up here. I want to say hello to KLEY 1130 AM in Wellington, Kansas on ESPN Radio. I hope you're enjoying the program here. And for all you folks around the country, make sure you go to IRN USA Radio.com, click on Channel 3, and you get to hear me and old Ron Taylor and Sean Bone empower you with every day with knowledge so that you and your family can make wise decisions when it comes to real estate. We're visiting with my friend Jana at Model My Home, and I'll tell you this. I'm going to tease it up like this. You think curb appeal? Did I say appeal? Sean, are you awake? Did I say that right?
Curb appeal?
Yeah. You think curb appeal doesn't matter to a prospective buyer coming in? Stick around. When we come back, I call bull butter on that.
That's
Jana
right.
calls bull
That's
butter
right.
on
That's
that.
the most important picture that your real estate agent's going to take.
We're going to give you some common sense tips on what you can do weekly to make sure your curb appeal, one of those things, is very, very appealing.
I call mule butter on that.
Mule butter. You listen to Real Estate Talk with Willie Lambright, the greatest real estate show on planet Earth. We'll be back in 3 with Jana.